Housing finance plays a vital role in the housing delivery value chain. This is due to the fact that finance is needed for both the demand and the supply of housing. On the demand side, the availability of and access to housing finance is a significant determinant in a household decision to acquire, build or rent a house. Similarly, on the supply side, developers need financing to build the mass housing projects that are needed to address the country's housing deficit. The Nigerian housing sector is replete with affordability tax. The provision of housing has been mainly directed at the middle and high income subsector of the populace, who invariably can either afford to pay cash or access mortgage finance from the available financial institution. What then happens to the low-income earners? Welcome to another informative episode of Housing Development. Line up for today, a look at the federal government abandoned properties. One-on-one with the CEO of Platinum Mortgage Bank Limited. What do Nigerians know about mortgage? Found out this and more in today's episode of Housing Development. I am your housing diva, Flora. Coming up now is the news headline as we get the latest news on the housing and construction industry.
Nigeria's Social Housing Initiative, Family Homes Fund, FHF, has begun talks with some state governments to finance a number of affordable homes. The Chief Executive Officer of FHF, Femi Adewale, revealed this during the visit of the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, to the fund's recently completed Royal Estate, comprising about 767 homes in Kano State. According to him, discussions are ongoing with the states including Ebonyi, Kogi, Akwa Ibom, Anambra, amongst others, as the objective is to complete about 40,000 homes by next year. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria says it has concluded plans to construct over 3,600 new low-cost housing units across the 36 states of the Federation. Managing Director of the bank, Ahmed Dangiwa, stated during the inauguration of the bank's new office complex in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State capital. He said the move was in line with the directive of President Muhammadu Buhari to the bank to construct at least 100 houses in each of the 36 states of the Federation. The FMBN boss further hinted that the project is to be executed through the National Housing Fund scheme, in which Nigerian workers, both in the public and private sector, contributed 2.5% of their monthly income. The Italian urban planner, writer and architect behind the Barcelona Olympic Stadium, Vittorio Gregotti, is dead. He died of coronavirus on Sunday, March 15. It was gathered that Gregotti had developed pneumonia and passed on at the age of 92 in Milan, where his wife Marina Mazza is also being treated. Gregotti, who was a renowned architect, was born in Novara, east of Milan, in 1927.
Quite unfortunate there that the Italian architect Vittorio Gregotti died of COVID-19. We'll have to stay safe at this period. Wash your hands, wet your hands with clean running water and apply soap for at least 20 seconds, then rinse. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when you cough or sneeze, or rather cough or sneeze into your elbow rather than your hands. Seek early medical help if you have a fever, cough or difficulty breathing, and share your travel history with healthcare providers. You can visit www.africanhousingnews.com for details of the news and more. Welcome back. When the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria moved from Lagos to Abuja in December 1991, the relocation of FCT left several federal government properties abandoned, and because of lack of occupancy and maintenance, they have been dilapidating continuously. In a country where there are many homeless people, why should these buildings be abandoned and wasting away? What dangers do these abandoned buildings pose? Take a listen to this report.
The relocation of the seats of the federal government from Lagos to Abuja in 1991 left scores of properties abandoned in the mega city. Most of the federal government buildings that were vibrant in the 1980s and 1990s declined due to the relocation. For years, many properties belonging to the federal government have been suffering from either outright abandonment or underutilization, thereby constituting danger to lives and property. Such abandoned buildings that cost billions of naira of public funds are scattered all over Lagos and have either been taken over by rodents, reptiles, and similar animals, or occupied by miscreants and other criminals. For example, the building that housed the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing was abandoned, later handed over to the National Dental Council until the council was relocated to Abuja. The Federal Secretariat Complex Ikoyi, built by the Federal Military Government of General Yakubu Gowon in 1975, and which housed the bulk of government bureaucracies until the movement to Abuja in 1991, has been left unoccupied ever since, leaving the imposing structures to gradually deteriorate. The Independence Building, which housed the Ministry of Defense, the Glass House, which housed the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, Ministry of Education Building, the National Assembly Complex, and the 37-story Nitel House, even the National Stadium Surulere, is also facing abandonment. All the while, experts in the real estate sector, especially builders, architects, and estate surveyors, are at a loss on how a nation could wantonly subject such iconic properties to unmitigated abuse. Some worried stakeholders have charged the federal government to sell these buildings that are not being utilized across the country to private investors in order to forestall further deterioration as a result of continued abandonment. They say government should take an inventory of such abandoned or underutilized properties in the country and put them into immediate profitable use. Taking a survey of these buildings, they amount up to 60 structures within the Central Business District (CBD) and rank between a minimum of 5 floors to a maximum of 20 floors, with an average of 6,000 meters per floor. With these statistics, experts say these buildings have potential of cutting the 3 million housing deficit in Lagos down by 10% if structured and reconstructed properly. The federal government needs to take care of dilapidating structures, revive them, and find ways to make them useful for Nigerians. With the present economy, Nigeria cannot afford to continue to waste great investments of previous governments.
The federal government should provide more sustainable solutions for these buildings to make them more relevant and useful. This is housing development. Individuals, households, and firms usually obtain loans to acquire assets like real estate. They depend on informal financial institutions like age-grade or formal institutions like mortgage bankers for financial support. In America, for instance, residential construction is peculiarly dependent on mortgage loans. For example, almost all 1 to 4 family housing are being bought with the aid of mortgage loans, and this has led to a tremendous growth in the real estate sector in the USA. Now, can an average Nigerian have access to mortgage loan at ease? Let's take you into the street to know the level of awareness the average Nigerian has about mortgage with Raphael Adewoye.
Thank you, Flora. It's nice to have you join us. Today on Voices on the Streets, we will be asking people what they know about mortgage, or if they knew they could own a home through mortgage. Come along, let's hear what they have to say.
I don't know anything about mortgage. No, at all. Yeah.
I just heard about it, but I don't know. I only know the MD. Yes.
Do I plan to own a house through mortgage? I don't really know if I can afford it, even as a deputy director.
In 2016, I tried mortgage and I gave up. 16.
Do you know anything about mortgage? Have you heard about it before?
No. They make it known to the whole world that Nigerian mortgage institution is a failure. Last year, Federal Mortgage Bank approved 15 million naira for me. I bought the house for 17.5 million at roofing level. Everything to finish it will get to like 30 million. How can I get 30 million? And then I was given 15 years to pay. In fact, if you don't steal, how else would you get money?
Because of the nature of what I do, I don't have such plan because usually such requirements from these finance institutions, the uncertainty of what I do to earn a living. Yeah.
Upon all the arrangements that the federal government has been putting in place, they are only thinking about civil servants. They don't think about the private sector. People who are also legitimate and bona fide Nigerians, who should benefit from government policies. Now, by the time you approach them, you approach the mortgage institution in Nigeria, you are not a civil servant, what they will be asking of you will be too much of you for you to provide.
The mortgage system is it's a mechanism which allows you to be able to finance the building of your house. But I don't know whether, apart from civil servants, others really benefit fully from the mortgage system.
And that's the much for today on Voices on the Street. Mortgage is a pretty good option for owning a house, if you ask me. But then the choice is totally up to you to make. Now we'll take you back to the studio. My name is Raphael Adewoye.
Thanks, Raphael. Quite revealing, I must say. Obviously, there needs to be more awareness on mortgage and how to assess it to enable more Nigerians own their home. Now, still on mortgage, here is the CEO of Platinum Mortgage Bank Limited as he takes us through the processes of obtaining mortgage loan from his bank.
It is no longer news that many Nigerians have little or no knowledge about mortgage banks and its functions of aiding the masses own a decent house they can afford. Year in, year out, Nigerians, especially civil servants, low-income earners and traders, grapple with the challenge of paying house rent, while some are being evicted from their homes as a result of their sole reliance on household income, ignorant that mortgage banks can make them own a house with ease. Providing solutions to these problems, the Chief Executive Officer of Platinum Mortgage Bank Limited, Sir Emmanuel Mbaka, says the bank is the best and expert in making Nigerians own their dream house in any part of the country within 48 hours.
My bank has over 18 branches across the country, creating mortgages for civil servants across the geopolitical zones of the country. What we have been doing in over 10 years now, helping this average civil servant in Nigeria to own their own home. And then that is why we are the largest trading partner of the Federal Mortgage Bank. Flora Mortgage Bank is a custodian of the funds generated by the National House of Funds, for which the civil servants in Nigeria are contributing 2.0% of the basic salary contributed to the National House of Funds. And our understanding is that the civil servants are made to have access to this pool of funds in assessing their homes through us. And this is what we have been doing all over the country. And we have done it to the best of our knowledge and capacity.
He also allayed the fears of many who believe that owning a house through mortgage in Nigeria is cumbersome, very expensive, and a scam, stressing that the process is easy.
If you are watching this program, we will advocate that if you are interested in owning a house in any of our designated estates within the country, you could walk into any Platinum Mortgage Bank branch and request for an application for either a fast-track mortgage. Fast-track mortgage is a mortgage that can ensure you have a house within 48 hours after meeting up the requirements. The requirements are not very difficult. Top among our requirements is ability to show evidence of consistent source of income that is verifiable, and also prove that you are a Nigerian and above the age 21. You walk into any Platinum branch across the country within 48 hours after meeting our requirement. You have a house over your head.
Sir Emmanuel Mbaka also assured Nigerians that the bank has the lowest interest rates of loan repayment, closely marking that of the Federal Mortgage Bank in Nigeria.
Engineer Emmanuel Mbaka there, the CEO of Platinum Mortgage Bank Limited. With the 48 hours fast-track mortgage, you too can become a house owner in less than 3 days. Yes, you heard right. Just walk into any branch of Platinum Mortgage Bank Limited and start your journey to home ownership. Established in 2006, Brains and Hammers Limited has gained reputation as one of the leading real estate infrastructure development company in Nigeria. They provide housing solutions that appeal to customers' need for a wide range of market segments. Now, Ifeoma Okoye, the executive director of Brains and Hammers, will tell us more.
When Brains and Hammers started over a decade ago, we started with mid-luxury homes, and midway down the line we noticed that the real need is in affordable housing. So we decided to do a pilot scheme in our Brains and Hammers Galadimawa, where we introduced 4-bedroom houses in the heart of the city, going for as low as 17 million. Within 6 months we were able to sell 350 units. And that's when we realized that there's really a market out there. And we also tried to work hard to bring down the cost of a unit. By doing this, we had to invite in the primary mortgage institutions. When they came in, we shared ideas, did a lot of brainstorming. They talked about the pricing, talked about what was out there for the off-takers, what sorts of funds were out there for the off-takers. And as a result, we introduced Brains and Hammers City. Brains and Hammers City sits on well over 100 hectares. And our starting selling price was as low as 5 million. And I can proudly say it was a resounding success. And we have the first set of homeowners living in the estate. It's a 5-year housing plan, housing project. And we have the first set that moved in December 2019. We started as a mid-luxury brand. We still address that need, the mid-luxury, but we have a focus now on affordable houses. We have, as we speak, 3 big projects in Abuja and 1 in Lagos addressing affordable needs. In Abuja, we started with the Brains and Hammers Galadimawa, and then we moved to Brains and Hammers City in Life Camp, and we have the Brains and Hammers Bungalow City in Kubwa. With these products in place, we've been able to address a lot of requests for affordable housing in Nigeria. My advice is Nigeria is a good soil to sow. With the exchange rate for those in diaspora, try and invest in Nigeria. Make use of the high exchange rate to bring back some funds to Nigeria and invest. Invest with good real estate developers. that would give you quality, that would ensure they deliver on time, and that will give you the environment that you're used to living abroad, which is what Brains and Hammers give. If you go to our estates, the ambience only would invite you to come and live in Brains and Hammers. For those already in Nigeria, find out what is accessible, what initiative is out there for you as a civil servant to get on the property ladder.
There you have it from the Executive Director of Brains and Hammers. Get in touch with Brains and Hammers today for easy access to owning your own home. All right, moving on. As part of its corporate social responsibility initiative, Royal Ceramics Limited, leading manufacturers of ceramic, vitrified, and roofing tiles in Nigeria, is giving scholarship awards to outstanding students at Nnamdi Azikiwe University. Here is the report.
Social Sciences.
As part of its corporate social responsibility to its Nigerian markets, the leading ceramics and tiles brand, West African Ceramics Limited, owners of Royal Ceramics Nigeria, has given out scholarship awards to deserving students of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka. The initiative, which is a Royal Masters in Architecture Science Scholarship Awards, was given to 3 outstanding students of the institution and ranges between 300,000 and 400,000 naira, in addition to a laptop computer. Speaking on the reason behind the initiative, the Director, Human Resource Management of West African Ceramics, Abdurrahim Bello, stated that it is imperative for companies to give back to the society in which they are located for growth and overall development.
As our corporate social responsibility, whatever we are getting from the society, we're supposed to give it back. And how do we give it back? Is to encourage the student and also to show to the university in general, because we have been doing this thing for the past 10 years. We have given the same award to ABU Zaria, same to Ibadan, and now we are here UNIZIK, and here we are going to Calabar. So it's an encouragement.
While appreciating the efforts of the Royal brand in sponsoring the scholarship awards, the Vice-Chancellor of UNIZIK, Professor Charles Esimone, called on established brands in the country to lend a hand towards the development of their immediate society through their corporate social responsibility, just as the beneficiaries promised to put in more efforts in their chosen line of profession.
And Royal Ceramics has exemplified that, for which we are very, very grateful. We appreciate them, and we pray that God will bless them and prosper them more. And this is an example worthy of emulation by all other industrialists and those who are involved in one form of business or the other in this country, Nigeria. I'm really grateful. In fact, I feel relieved and happy, and I'm sure of moving ahead, at least for my master's program.
I'm so happy. It has relieved a lot for me and my family. So I want to say thank you to Royal Ceramics.
I feel very happy, and I feel very, very much awesome. And I give all thanks to God.
The 3 students awarded the scholarship, Christian Nze, Agatha Samuel, and Patrick Okudo, will also be the Royal Brand Ambassador for the next 2 years.
Welcome back. In a bid to encourage more youth to acquire vocational skills and grow the Nigerian construction industry, System is set to hold the 2nd edition Construction Artisans Awards 2020 to celebrate excellence in artisanship. Now the chairman of Construction Artisans Award will speak more.
The Construction Artisans Award is an initiative of System and NBTE and Common, and it is meant to celebrate good and competent artisanship. The maiden award was held last year, and it was very successful, and this year we are holding the second on between 20 and 22nd of April. That's next month, and in fact it is expanding. We in a short while will be considering a name change, because we discovered that artisans are not only in construction, they are in the hospitality industry, they are in the automotive industry, and all these other subsectors of the economy. They have seen the beauty of what we are doing, and they are deciding to team up with us. So we may end up having what we call a skills expo. And from this year, we want to specifically appreciate the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports, who have so ably decided to support our initiative by giving us the National Stadium, the sporting complex, as the host ground. And that has boosted the profile of the awards, and we believe also that it will improve the economy in the long run.
The right to occupy decent shelter is paramount, and the availability of decent and affordable housing should be given utmost importance in the nation. On that note, I call it a wrap on today's edition of Housing Development. Know that you can watch today's episode and previous ones via the YouTube channel Housing TV Africa. Do well to subscribe. Be part of the conversation by following Housing Development Program on all social media platforms. I remain Flora, your Housing Diva. See you soon.